Congratulations to Mamelodi Sundowns, who actually picked up their first 3 points yesterday against Ulsan. It was a true definition of shine and piano football. Now let's dive into the tactics and see how Mamelodi Sundowns orchestrate this wonderful victory. On paper, Mamelodi Sundowns set up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. The team used minimum width in the midfield and used their right back Madao and left back Lunga on the wings to stretch the game. Ribeiro and Zwane then inverted into midfield in order to overload and give the team a very compact shape to enable their sharp one-touch passing. Reyners was the focal point up front. During the first half and at the beginning of the second half, Mamelodi Sundowns played out of the back so well and generated transitional moments. Williams, Kekena and Cupido formed the back three on the ball, whilst trying to play out. Ulsan tried a hybrid press, whereby the wingers shadow-marked Kekena and blocked the passing lane into Madao. Sundowns' response to this was simple, as they could easily play it to Mokoena in the midfield, who then found Madao behind Ko with a wall of pass. Ulsan managed to defend quite well because they used the 4-4-2 compact mid-block shape and jumped on Mokoena and Allende and others whenever the ball got into the midfield. They also used the 5-3-2 deep block in settled defense, which made it difficult for Mamelodi Sundowns to penetrate. Ulsan won a couple of duels and often targeted the wings, vacated by Madao and Lunga, which almost led to Sundowns conceding in the first half. Mamelodi Sundowns successfully displayed the anchors and floaters philosophy developed by Sunza. Within this philosophy, we actually have what we call the rest defense. The rest defense actually forms the base of the team. And the rest defense was made up of two centre-backs yesterday and then the two defensive midfielders that were in front of them. We are talking about Allende and Mokoena. Now, these centre-backs and the midfielders then form what we call the anchor of the team. On the wings, we had the right back and the left back who moved forward and they were pinned on the wings in order to create width. When they pinned the wings, we then call them the pinners. In the midfield, this is where we then find the floaters. The floaters were made up of the left midfielder, the right midfielder, and finally the attacking midfielder. Sometimes Mokoena equally joined the midfield in order for the players to float around, exploit spaces, and string a couple of passes thanks to their close proximity. And up front, they then had what they call the focal point. Their focal point was Reyners yesterday. Normally, the focal point often actually makes vertical runs in order to stretch the team. And sometimes these vertical runs could be found, just like we realized with two of Reyners' goals yesterday, even though one was chopped out, but one was actually accepted. Let's take a look at Reyners' goal, for example. Zwane from the midfield makes a run and stretches the team vertically, whilst Arthur and Ribeiro make movements in the midfield to attack spaces. They successfully do so, and Arthur picks the ball, finds Ribeiro, and who then assists Reyners, who is the focal point and times his run to perfection before finishing with 2 touches. Reyners' offside goal was quite similar as well. Madao creates width on the wings. Ribeiro inverts, and Allende finds him in the midfield. He receives, finds space, carries the ball, and finds Reyners, who is always the focal point. He finished his chance so well, but unfortunately, he was in an offside position. A very professional win for Mamelodi Sundowns yesterday, but then there is still room for improvement, in the sense that the same calmness that the team showed during the build-up phase, this calmness was not seen at the level of the attack as they rushed most of their moments and they looked immature with their final decisions. Another area where Mamelodi Sundowns could improve is at the level of the defense. The defensive line was actually chaotic yesterday. They had so many nervous moments, and unfortunately for them, they did not concede from those nervous moments. To me, it seems they actually need a centre-back who is a leader and can actually marshal that line so well. And also, Mamelodi Sundowns must equally learn to actually pile the pressure on the opposition team. Most often you find the likes of Manchester City who get to pin their teams in and then pile the pressure until they get what they wanted. I did not really find this sustained pressure from Mamelodi Sundowns in the opposition's half. If they want to be an allied team, one of the very best in the world, then these are some of the things that they need to implement in order to take Africa to the very summit. Very, very professional win for them, and congratulations to Mamelodi Sundowns.